Hello everyone, today I will show you how to install Visual Studio Code to edit Lua for Dual Universe. So to do that you need to install some tools. You need first Visual Studio Code. You download it and install it. So I'm doing the demo on VMware Windows Fresh Install, where I have just installed Dual Universe for the demo purpose. And so you should have exactly the same by yourself. If you have already installed Visual Studio, you can skip this step. And once we have installed Visual Studio, we will need to install Node.js. So you go here, and I prefer to use this one, but you can also use this one. The latest one is the long-term support, so they fix bug and security issue in the long term. You can just install that. So once we have done that, we need to install Git. Again, if you have already those tools installed, you can skip this step. And here we have a little bit more option when we install it. One option we have to take care of. So I use this one, but you can uncheck that if you want. Here, if you want, you can change the editor for Git. I prefer to use this one because I'm used to Vim. And here, this option here is important, so you need to have this one checked, so the third-party software can use Git command, and it will be useful for Visual Studio. And all the rest you can keep them by default. So once we have installed the three tools, you want to open a command here, and you should have the npm tool installed. If you type that, you should have the same result. I'll close that. And here, what you want to install is the project from the compiler from Wolfie Labs. The compiler is this one. Wolfie Labs. Here we have this one, and we want to install it. And if you go here, it'll tell you which command you have to use. This one. That's why we have installed Node.js. So you just come here and wait that it's installed. Okay, and now the tool is installed, and you should be able to use this command. And you have all the option you have with this program. So now we have done that, we can close everything and go in Visual Studio. So I prefer the light version. Again, do as as you want. Here, what I want to do is to install one extension. So you go here, you search for Lua, and it should be the first one, the Lua from Suneko. Why I use this one is because it's updated recently and it's working fine. So for now, we will just use the Lua with Dual Universe. Later, I will certainly do a video, if you are interested, to debug Lua without going into Dual Universe. So here, we can create a new folder for our projects. Let's go in Documents. Project 1, and I select it. Yes, I trust. So here we have an empty folder without anything in it. So what you want to do is to open the terminal inside here, and you should have access to the same command. If you have this error, it's because you have some security on Windows enabled. To remove them and being able to use command in the third-party tool, you need to go here and go in the PowerShell admin command. Yes. And here, if I do a get execution policy list. Okay, here you see that's the execution policy. They are all undefined, and by default, if they are undefined, that means you are not authorized to run a command line. So I want to enable so Visual Studio can run some command. So what I do is I need to run these commands: unrestricted scope, local machine, and I want to force. What does this command is it will put the local machine in unrestricted. You can go on the web and check more about this. It could be a video just to explain all of this. Now that you have done that, you need to restart the Visual Studio. And now we should be able to run the command. The terminal load. Here we go. So what you want to do is to create a project. So you can create the project directly inside the folder you have, or into a subfolder. If you want to do it inside, you do like this: create dots, and you can keep the project name, the dots, project description, boom, and yes, let's do it. Here we have the basic of our project. So we have a main Lua, and in the source, and some configuration. Here we have a target, that's the compilation target, and we have the slot that we can configure. So now to enable the compilation, you want to do Lua add code compilation. and it will add a codex Lua. And this one is all the Lua from Dual Universe with documented, so we have all the function and all the parameter. And now if we go into here, we will see already that the system is he has found the system and his class, and we have all the command. And now if I want, I can do system dots, and it will prompt me all the auto completion for this. And you have a and you see also all the deprecated. So this Lua codex is built from the mockup from Novacorp, so it's official. And what it does is just take every single element and build all the function with the parameter from Novacorp mockup. And so now if you want to let's say I want to add a new slot and do something with that. If you go here, you see that you can I have some character here that I think that's because I'm into a virtual session. So I can create a link. To do that, you go here, script link, you select the script name. So the script name is the main here, and you see here the build, it's the main here. You can have multiple main file. So if by example you have a project with 2 or 3 programming board communicating each other, and you want to have all your script in the same place, you can have multiple script. So I go here and I type that. It will ask me the name. Let's have a data bank, DB1, and here you can select with the arrow. It's a data bank. Boom. And you see here in the main we have the DB1 that is added with the type. Now if I go here, so you go here and you type DB1, and now I have all the info. He has detected that DB1 is a data bank, and sometimes it doesn't do that. So what you do is you open the codex. It seems that the extension need to have the codec loaded, opened to index correctly. So sometimes I've seen that. So I have always the codec open here. Doesn't really change anything. And here you have, like we had with the system, we have all the completion for that. So let's say we want the K list and do something like that for K pair. And do something here like system prints and K boom. So if we do that, it will just list all the K available in the data bank. So that's for now. Now, if we want to build the project and deploy it into Dual Universe, there is 2 ways of doing it. There is the manual way and something that is a little bit more automatic, I would say. and more useful when you are programming, because you have when you do a change, you don't have to reload all the time on Dual Universe. So I will show you first the first way of doing it, and you will have to use it at the end. So you have to compile the program. So you do that by doing these commands, and it will build all the targets you have. So here I have only a development target, but you can also have a production target where you minify and you handle errors. But now I have only one. It will go in the out development, and here I have the main conf. If you want to add that, you have the JSON, copy paste and paste that into your Dual Universe programming board or seat. And here you have these two here. That's more for debugging outside Dual Universe. So mainly these two one here you want to use. So here you just take that, select, copy, paste into Dual Universe. Now, if you want to be able to have, let's say, a multiple file here, I have my object, date, floor. It's just class dates time. Yeah, let's do it. So it's a simple object. Here we go, and so that's the definition of an object. Return self. Self time. Better system. I will take the system here and function date get time. Boom. So here what I do to have the auto completion, I go here and I define all my field into the field that I have into my object system here. Boom. And we can have the params here if you want. More you give the info, more the editor will be able to correct you when you are doing something wrong. If you are putting a wrong type into an object or something like that, it will tell you. And here return system gets UTC time. And you see I have the self. Sorry. I have the auto completion because I said that this field here is a system, so it has the auto completion. If I don't do that, it will not have it, you know, because you don't know what the field is. Get UTC time. Okay, and we could have some formatting here. That's not the point. And so here, if I want to use the dates objects, I need to do a require date. Oh. And it will load the date. So when you compile it, we will do it here. Save everything here. Oh. Oh, why it doesn't want to save everything? Open editor. Here we go. You have here. You can open the editor, and you have to close everything, save everything. Very useful. Some useful shortcuts. So to toggle the autocomplete, if you have an object like system, if you press dot, it will automatically give you the possibility. If it does not do that, you can also press Control space. It will give you the autocomplete of it. Also, some other very useful shortcuts. If you have a code that is not formatted, you have a if here, true. You have some code that is not system prints. Let's say you have a code like this, not formatted. If you want to format it very fast, you just press Alt Shift F, and it will automatically format all your code. So here, if you build it, we will see how it's imported into the code. So if we go here, what it does, it will create a preload package where it load all the classes. So it copy the content of this file into this package. So you don't have to require a file. If you use this JSON, it has everything embedded, and you can run it directly. But now, what it's interesting if you want to change your code on the fly and have that on Dual Universe already, without having to always come here, compile, come here, copy, paste all the time. So what you do here is, I'm doing like this, require, I have to go on autoconf, custom, and then I put all my script into a folder. So let's say here it's project 1 and date. And when I'm developing, I just command that by doing like this. So it will not, when you compile, it will not require this one because there is a space here. I just save, build it once, and then what I do is here I have my Dual Universe installed, so I have installed that into the C, but maybe you have that installed somewhere else. So here, the autoconf, this folder here, you find it here, this one here. So now we have we are in this folder here. What we want to have is a folder called project 1 that points into this folder here. To make that, you come here, you type command, right click on it, run as administrator, boom, and here you type make link /d. You point the destination, so destination, it's this folder here. Don't forget that if you have space here, you need to put this character here. Project 1, boom, and now the target. The target is this folder here. copy paste, but you want to point into this one, so this one, boom, and you have your symlink created. Here you have the folder, and if we go inside, we have the date and the name. Now you don't want to do a shortcut like this one here. If you drag it and you press the Control Shift, it's make a link, but it's not the same link. This one is a symlink. For Dual Universe, you will see that as a folder. It doesn't know that it's a symlink. And the other one, you know that it's a symlink, and it will not load what it's inside. So now that that I have this one, when I will run this command here into Dual Inverse, it will load this file into my the one that is in my folder. So if I do some change here, it will be automatically forwarded to Dual Inverse. Okay, now we are back on my main computer, so we can test that on Dual Universe. And so what I will do is I will come here and just add some code here, done, so we know that the script is done. Start, and also we will print the time. So date new system, because we create the, and I want to get the time. And you see I have the auto completion because it's an object and it's everything is defined here. And now here I don't have given a return type, but you see that my return type is a number. For him, print doesn't like to have a number because it's defined to get a string. In reality, it will work because prints allow a number, but let's be to string. Let's convert that into string, so he's happy. So it will just print the time and give all the key into the data bank. So I build it, boom, come here, take that one, copy paste, and I go into my Dual Universe. Here I come here, I paste that, boom, and if I run it, it'll be better like this. So first I want to check that the links are correct. So to do that, I go here, I use the link tool, I come here, I remove the alt link, and you see my DB1 is linked to my atmospheric radar, so it will not work properly. So I need to remove that, remove the other one, this one here, and link it properly. Now you have your DB1, you select it, and you go here, I want that, and I will have my radar for later if you want to do something like that. And now if I run it, I should have my start, my date, my time, sorry, and it's done. So now if I want to modify something here without having to change everything, let's say I want to change that and have the hour instead. I just come here, change my return, And if I go back to dual universe, you see I get the hour, the hour match here. If you see, it's the UTC time, it's matching. We can do all the modification here, and it will be forwarded to dual universe without having to build it and copy paste all the time. So that's it for the basic loading system and how to work with file and loading them. And once you are done with your project and you want to share that with your friend, thing like that, you don't want to send them all the file and so what you do is just to uncomment the thing into your project. So you do like this, you come here, you do like that, remove the comments, you make a build, boom, and now you should have this file here. If I load it here, if I come here, so here that's exactly the same code, just that this line is commented. And if I go here in the library, you see that the second one is my date object, and it's loaded to the package preload. It's where the require are stored. So you have all the code you have written, and you can share that with your friend. Now let's talk a little bit more about Wolfie project, Wolfie Lab project, the compiler, and all the PowerShell he has, and all the helper he has for you. So the main thing he does is that he will add a trigger to all the events on all the objects. So you will have a trigger for your system, for your construct, for your player, and also all the slots you are adding. If there is an event, it will add one. And the strange of that is you can call this event into your object. So let's say when I create a date, I want to display it on the screen. It's not the best thing, but just for the demo. So I need to show the screen. Show screen. Show the screen, and then I will add an event on a date. So system on events on the date, and here I want to display the hour, or better the time. It will change, it will more change. So self system set screen and I need to make it a little bit bigger. System, self system. I get UTC time home. Here we go. I saved it, and if I go back here, if you see now on top of the screen, I have the UTC time changing on the date. and I don't have reloaded my script in Dual Universe. It's already changed. So that's the one of the huge thing that project does. That's compiler does. And also, so if we come here, you can see all the. So I have a radar. I have a on enter, on leave, on identified, and you have all the events, all the potential events. So yeah, he has other feature. If you run the command like this, it will display the help. So the two first is to create a project and initiate the project. The import library path will import a directory from your disk, and this one will import from GitHub. So it's very useful if you have a library that you use in many projects. You can include it directly here. These two lines here is if you want to have multiple programming board, or a seat programming board, a screen and programming board, and you want to manage all of them in the same project. Let's say you have a project that's used two programming board that communicate each other, and you want to be able to code for both of them. You come here and you can add a second script. It's very useful. What he will do, he will come here, and this section here, you see it's my main. You can have a second one, or as many as you want, and they will have a dedicated slot. The next thing is the script link. So again, that's a very useful shortcut, because it will allow you to add other elements. Like before, we have seen I had a radar. So if I want to add it to the script, I just run the command. So dual script link, and I need to tell in which script I want to add it. So for me, I only want, so it's main, radar 1, and it's a radar, and you, with the arrow, you can select the radar, and you see it's adding this. So you can have that by hand or using the tool. So you have the build command we have seen before. It's to build all this file here. It has some option, and the last one is when you initiate your project, you can add the completion. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, you can contact me on Discord, or come into the open source Lua Discord. I will add the link into the description. There is a lot of good coder in this Discord, a lot of good guys that help people, so don't just come and ask your question, they will be answered. Thanks, goodbye.